Yo, this your boy, the Real McCoy, coming at you, man. Talking about my Cowboys, man. You know what it is, man. Coming off a very impressive Week 1 win against the New York Giants at home, Sunday Night Football, division game, division rivalry. My man Romo, that last drive was MVP-like, you know what I mean? Made it look easy, just sliced them up, drove us down the field, man. Very impressive, very impressive. Heading to Week 2, another divisional game, another divisional rivalry at Philly. Very tough. It's going to be a very tough game. The Eagles played the first of the doubleheader on Monday Night Football at the Falcons. I was watching that game closely because we at Philly Week 2, and then we at the Falcons Week 3. You know what I mean? So I was watching both of those. I was watching that game very carefully, watching both teams, offense, defense, things like that. You know what I mean? Because we match up with those guys coming right around the corner, and the Falcons, they played the Giants Week 2. We played them Week 1, so it was kind of interesting, intriguing. You know what I mean? Say, and we got the Falcons in Atlanta Week 3, but heading into Sunday, man, you know, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, especially with the roster that we have that's gonna be coming into that game. Dez is out, broken foot. Could be 4 weeks. It could be 8 weeks. You know what I mean? Randy Gregory, second round pick. He had, pretty severe high ankle sprain. They're saying 3 weeks, 6 weeks, but probably right around like a month. Rolando McClain's already 4-game suspension. Greg Hardy, 4-game suspension. Ron O'Leary, a left guard, he had a groin injury against the Giants. He's day-to-day, things like that. So I was like, man, this is a depleted roster. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough, man. But as far as, you know, breaking the teams down, things I stood out, neither team, us or the Eagles, got much production from our wide receivers. Most of the passing game was running backs and tight ends. I mean, you'll take it any kind of way you can move the ball, move the chains, score touchdowns, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? They didn't get much there. A lot of their passes was to Darren Sproles out of the backfield, things like that. He's going to be a matchup issue for us, no doubt, for anybody. You know what I mean? Both teams' offenses were inconsistent. Like the Cowboys, first quarter, we were up and down the field against the Giants. Second quarter, we neglected the run, and a little bit in the third as well. Offense was just inconsistent. The same thing was with the Eagles. You know what I mean? They were down 20-3, I believe, at half. You know what I mean? They fought and worked their way back into the game. The same thing we did against the Giants Week 1. You know what I mean? So both offenses were a little inconsistent. Neither really got much out of the running game either. You know what I mean? From the running backs. The Cowboys, we were kind of maybe expecting that a little bit, even though Joe Randall did have a solid game. I know Jason Garrett came out and said that he would like to have 25 to 30 carries between Randall, McFadden, and Dunbar. Because Randall only had 16. I think McFadden only had like 4 or 5. It wasn't that many. And Romo threw the ball 45 times. That's tough. He played solid now. He played solid. That's a lot. You want to get those. And like I say, we don't have that workhorse like we had with DeMarco. But keep those guys fresh. You know what I mean? Let Randall get like 22 carries. You know what I mean? Or say maybe 18, 17. Let McFadden get like 10. You know what I'm saying? Randall get like 3, something right around 30. Consistency, you know what I mean? With the offensive line that we have, consistent. I mean, Randall averaged over 4 yards a carry Week 1 against the Giants. 16 carries, 65 yards. That's just over 4 yards in carry. That's pretty good in NFL standards, you know what I mean? So it was like he just completely, fell off the cliff or anything like that. But if you look back at that Thanksgiving Day game last year at Dallas against the Eagles, and we played them about 2 weeks later in Philly, their defensive line, man, their defensive line outplayed our offensive line, especially on Thanksgiving Day, and we couldn't do nothing for Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox, he made some plays Monday Night Football on Matt Ryan against the Falcons, man. He's a monster, man. The defensive line, Connor Barwin, you know what I mean? Benny Logan, Vinny Curry, you know what I mean? But for us, it's Fletcher Cox. He was the one who gave us hell, man. So we got to deal with him. We got to definitely find out where he is, where he's lined up, and maybe I don't think he's ready for a double team, but he may force. But I do have faith in our offense. We got a great offensive line, best offensive line in football. You know what I mean? But we got to control Fletcher Cox, man. But it's gonna be tough to go on the road and beat them with the roster that we have going into that game. You know what I mean? I think our overall DBs who played very well, the Claibornes, the Carr, the Spearman, the Patmans, Church and Wilcox. I think our secondary is overall better and talented than their wide receiving core. But if you're not getting any pass rush on the quarterback, which I don't think we probably would consistently, an average quarterback can light you up in the NFL. You know what I mean? As of right now, our best defensive lineman is Tyrone Crawford. You know, he just got the big contract. I did a video about that. I thought we overpaid him. But he did get the sack. The only sack we had week 1 against Eli. He's our best defensive lineman. He's not a pass rusher. You know what I mean? We got to rely on DeMarcus Lawrence now and Jeremy Mincey. You know, and you know, I don't know what we're going to get out of them. You know what I mean? Your secondary can play hard as they want, but if they're not getting no pat, I mean, the Eagles' offensive line is not a dominant offensive line, anything by far. But at the end of the day, if you don't have a pass rush, you know what I'm saying, Sam Bradford can make some plays. You know what I mean? Now, most of their passing plays, they don't have Deshaun Jackson anymore, so they really don't have anybody to stretch the field. Most of their passing plays are read option and hit the quick slants, curl routes. For the most part, everything's in the middle of the field, 15 yards and under. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what killed us last year on Thanksgiving. Those crossing routes, our linebackers got killed. But we got a healthy Sean Lee. He might be able to get an interception, maybe 2 in space. You know what I mean? Covering those, in the middle of the field, things like that. Sproles is going to be a handful coming out of the backfield. They match up nightmare, you know what I mean, for linebackers and safeties, you know what I mean. But it's going to be tough, man. It's just we got to find. Maybe we got another Rob Marinette doesn't like the blitz, you know what I mean. He may have to do that this game, you know what I mean. If Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence and Jeremy Mincey and those guys aren't really getting any pressure. You know what I mean? But like I say, now they don't have a great offensive line, so maybe we can make some plays because we do have a solid secondary. We do have a solid secondary, man. They played well against the Giants, against Odell Beckham. You know what I mean? They played well. And they secondary, Julio Jones went wild. Julio Jones is prime, like he's going to have a big year this year. He's going to have about 1,700 yards, you know what I mean, receiving. Maybe do what Dez did, 16 or something like that. He's going to he look like he's ready to have a big year. We're going to see him week 3, you know what I mean, in Atlanta. And so that's why I was watching that game very carefully, man. But we don't have Dez, you know what I mean? So we don't have Dez. So, and we didn't get much out of our other receivers week 1. It was all mainly Jason Witten and Lance Dunbar. You know what I mean? Got most of our receptions. With the Eagles, it was mainly the tight ends and Darren Sproles. You know what I mean? I know DeMarco's over in Philly. When they first signed him, I was like, he doesn't really fit that scheme. You know, he's a I-formation downhill type of runner. That shotgun spread, that's not really. I mean, he got 2 touchdowns. One rushing like 8 or 9 yards and one receiving. You know what I mean? But as far as the yardage, things like that, he's not a real good fit for Philly. I mean, it was mainly Darren Sproles and even Ryan Matthews from San Diego. He's with the Eagles now. He was thrown in the mix. I was just like, man, it's not a real good fit for DeMarco. You know what I mean? And now that Dez is hurt, I was like, man, I wish we had DeMarco. You know what I mean? Like I said in the video I made about Tyrone Crawford, I was like, we could have gave the money we gave to Tyrone Crawford, we could have gave that to DeMarco. You know what I'm saying? Especially not with no Dez. But anyway, man, that's hindsight, man. That's looking with hindsight, but man, it'd have been nice because no Dez. So I don't know. We did pick up. We traded a pick for Bryce Butler from the Raiders. You think he spent a little time at USC and San Diego State, I believe. Very talented. He's about 6'3", about 210, 215, 4'3", 40 guy. He catches the ball like Dez at the highest point. I mean, when I first heard that we got Bryce Butler, I looked at him, studied him a little bit, put the film on him, and first thing that jumped out to me, this guy is a fast Dez Bryant. He's a fast version of Dez Bryant. Now, when he runs for a big guy, he's not as physical as Dez. Sometimes he can get pushed around by DBs a little bit, even going back in college. But He's a 4.3. He's fast. I mean, he jumps up incredibly. You know what I mean? Like Dez, incredibly fast. A lot of potential. You know what I mean? That sometimes that can be a scary word in sports. Potential. His issue is he's inconsistent. You know what I mean? He was slowly moving up the depth chart in Oakland. He just the limited reps that he did have. It was just he's inconsistent. You know, the guy can make a play in the first quarter and make you jump out your seat. Whoa, you know what I mean? Holy, and then he won't have another catch until the fourth quarter. Inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? That's his issue. But if Derek Dooley, our wide receiver coach, can get everything out of this guy, and he's on the contract through 2016 season, with him and Dez, man, we could have, man, with a great offensive line, man, it's there. But he has to be more consistent. We come out, sometimes he's running his routes and he's coming out of his breaks. It's like he almost comes to a complete, because he's kind of a big guy, he almost comes to a stop and then make his break. You know what I mean? If you're doing that with these athletic cornerbacks and safeties, you're giving them that extra time to make up the ground for a throw or to be able to get back on you in coverage and make the throw a tight window, things like that. Now for a big guy, he's also deceptively quick. He's quicker as far as making guys miss for kind of a 6'3" guy, 215 type of guy, big guy. You know what I mean? I say he's a faster Dez, just inconsistent. He's just inconsistent. You know what I mean? That's his issue. He's not consistent with it. I don't know how many reps he's going to get on Sunday. It's going to be kind of hard to learn the playbook, things like that. Maybe special teams. You know what I mean? Right now we've got Cole Beasley returning punts. I don't know if I don't know if that's going to work. You know what I mean? Because we had Dwayne Harris. You know, he's with the Giants now. He didn't really do much. But even last year with Dwayne Harris, I was like, why don't we put Lance? Because we had all this athleticism, speed, and talent in Lance Dunbar sitting on the sideline last year when DeMarco was getting all these. I said this numerous times, but now Dunbar is returning kicks. He had those 2 big catches on that last drive against the Giants. You know what I mean? Maybe we can put Bryce Butler at punt return, so until he gets acclimated with the playbook and get the chemistry and things like that. I don't know how many reps he's going to get, but hopefully we're not desperate. We just throw him out there. You know what I mean? You may have to do that. You know, with Devin Street and, you know, as far as production, we may need some production. I think Lance Dunbar had the most catches on our team, and Jason Witten both had 8, things like that. But I do have faith in Romo. Man. I mean, we have to put the game on his shoulders. From what I saw on Sunday and going back to last year, I have more faith in him. I didn't always have complete 100% faith in Romo, no doubt. I never, you know what I mean? But he's growing. I mean, he's growing on me. The trust level is getting up there, man. Well, that last drive was pretty impressive, man, no doubt. And what he was doing throughout the games, you know, picking up blitzes and not picking them up, but, you know, changing protection, things like that, man. That was pretty impressive, man. And so I definitely have a lot of faith and trust in him going into Philly. The supporting cast around him. I like him. I like our offensive line, but their defensive line they're gonna make a play or two. Their defensive line is talented. Fletcher Cox and Connor Baldwin and all those guys, and Vinny Curry, Benny Logan, they're gonna make a play or two. You know what I mean? Malcolm Jenkins at safety is pretty solid, and they've got Byron Maxwell from the Eagles, from Seattle. He played opposite of Richard Sherman. He's a solid corner. Julio ate him up. Julio ate him up, but that's Julio Jones. You know what I mean? We don't have a Julio on our roster, especially with no Dez. You know what I mean? Dez went up to Seattle last year, and he had a few catches. You know what I mean, against Sherman, and I believe he had one on at least 1 or 2 on Byron Maxwell. I think maybe it was just Sherman, but anyway, we don't have that on our roster. You know what I mean? So that's what made me think that Bryce tough on the road, division game, depleted roster with injuries and suspension. We didn't get much from our wide receiver core in week 1. I know the Cowboys are saying that they're looking to. First, I know we brought in Hakeem Nicks and some other guys to work out at receiver. I'm assuming they're going to plan on bringing in some pass rush at some point. I don't know what's out there. I mean, Aldon Smith got released by the 49ers, but he signed with the Raiders. JPP hasn't been medically cleared to play, but I'm pretty sure he's probably going to re-sign with the Giants. I don't know what's really out there that's even worth signing. You know what I mean? Don't know what round we traded Bryce Butler for, but his potential excites me. He's only 25 years old. He's young, right in the middle, you know what I mean, in mid-20s. He's young. His potential excites me. And he's on the contract through next year. You know what I mean? So, potential excites me, man. It really excites me. I don't know, because I don't know if we're going to see a lot of them on Sunday, but we probably will because, I mean, well, what else we got? You know, what do we have? You know what I mean? Devin Street fumble, the ball went in the air and caused an interception. So, we got a shot. I mean, if we can consistently, because in the second quarter, we completely got away from the running game. Even though Joe Randall was playing solid. McFadden, we got a great offensive line. You know what I mean? It's going to be tested against the Eagles now. Because the Eagles defense, I don't think the Eagles defensive line is as good and talented as overall as the Rams defensive line is no joke. But the Eagles are right there. I mean, they're pretty good, man. So our O-line is going to be tested. And if you can't get the O-line going, I trust Romo. The receiver core, I don't know. And then Romo, he may force some passes, and before you know it, he's thrown 2 more picks, something like that, and you know, we lose the game. It's already tough playing divisional opponents on the road anyway, and plus with a depleted roster. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I'm looking forward to the matchup, to the game, no doubt about it. It'd be nice to go 2-0 with 2 divisional wins. That'd be nice, but it's gonna be extremely hard, man. It's gonna be tough. It's going to be extremely tough because of the roster that we have. You know what I mean? That we're gonna have going into the game. You know, so it's gonna be tough. But hey, I'm excited, man. You never know. That's why you play the game. Anyway, man, let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm ready, man. Philly, here we come. Let's go, man. This your boy, the Real McCoy, man. I'm out. Peace.